Have you ever found yourself sitting quietly with an aging parent or loved one, perhaps holding their hand, and a gentle, profound question drifts into your mind? How much time do we have left? It's a question rooted not in morbid curiosity, but in deep, tender love. We ask it because we want to be prepared. We want to make the remaining time the best time, full of dignity, comfort, and connection. I understand this feeling. For decades in my work supporting families through the final chapters of life, I've seen this gentle concern on countless faces. And while no one, absolutely no doctor or expert, can give you a perfect date, the human body often gives us subtle, loving clues, especially in the last year of a long life. These clues are not frightening forecasts. They are tender invitations. Invitations to slow down, to listen more deeply, to forgive, and to love without reservation. Today, we're going to explore 5 gentle signs that can suggest an elderly person may be entering their final year. This isn't about giving up hope. It's about reframing your focus from fixing to cherishing. Let's walk this path together, with intelligence, with care, and with an open heart. Sign 1. A. Profound change in eating and drinking habits. The first and often most noticeable sign many families observe is a significant and sustained change in their loved one's desire for food and drink. It goes beyond simple pickiness or a reduced appetite. It's a deep, fundamental shift. Think of Edith, a lovely woman from my neighborhood in the UK. She was famous for her Sunday roast. Lamb, potatoes, gravy, the works. Her plate was always full and her kitchen was always bustling. But about 14 months ago, her daughter Sarah started noticing a real difference. Edith began leaving half her plate uneaten. Then she stopped wanting the main course altogether, asking only for a small cup of soup or a piece of soft fruit. Eventually, even her beloved morning cup of tea became a struggle. This decline is often the body's natural wisdom taking over. As the system's slow, the body requires less fuel. It's not that they're choosing to starve themselves. Their biological need for energy diminishes greatly. It's crucial for you, the caregiver, to understand this. Pushing food or drink can actually cause discomfort. The shift in focus here is from nutrition to comfort. Offer small, easy-to-swallow favorites. A spoonful of ice cream, a sip of a favorite milkshake, or a swab of water on their lips. These are acts of love, not just nourishment. This is the body gently letting go of one of life's essential requirements. Sign 2. Increasing difficulty with daily activities and mobility. The second sign involves a noticeable and progressive decline in the person's ability to perform activities of daily living, or ADLs. These are the tasks we often take for granted: walking, bathing, dressing, and using the toilet. Imagine Arthur from Australia, a proud man who ran a small hardware business well into his 70s. For years, he only needed a cane. He was still dressing himself in a crisp shirt every morning. But in the span of just a few months, his strength seemed to melt away. He went from a cane to a walker, and then began needing significant help just to stand up from his favorite armchair. This isn't just about getting old. It's about a cascade of frailty. The body's reserves are depleted. It takes an incredible, exhausting amount of energy just to move. Where they once might have walked to the mailbox, now they are spending most of the day in bed or in a chair. This progressive decline is a powerful clue. It tells us that the person's physical ability to navigate the world is severely limited, marking a profound shift toward an internal focus. For you, this means prioritizing safety and dignity. Ensure there are safety bars in the bathroom. Make sure their path is clear. Most importantly, accept help from professional caregivers or hospice services. This isn't a failure on your part. It's a wise step to ensure your loved one remains safe and comfortable in their final chapter. Sign 3. Withdrawal, increased sleep, and a change in social engagement. Our third sign is often the most emotionally challenging for families. A noticeable, sustained period of social and emotional withdrawal coupled with significantly increased sleep. Think of Martha in the US. She was the matriarch, the one who planned all the family holiday gatherings. She loved hearing the details of her grandchildren's lives. But lately, she started saying, "I'm just too tired." Instead of staying up for a phone call, she'd be asleep by 6. When the family visited, she'd participate for a few minutes, give a small smile, and then gently close her eyes. Her waking hours are now much shorter than her sleeping hours. This increased need for rest is perfectly natural. It is an act of conservation. The body is preparing for its final rest by spending less energy on external engagement. The inner work of life's closing is demanding, and deep sleep is the body's way of coping. The withdrawal is also a significant spiritual and emotional process. They are beginning to detach from the hustle and bustle of the world. They may speak less, and when they do, their conversation might be more focused on past memories rather than future plans. Your role here is to respect their need for quiet. Don't feel obligated to fill the silence. Simply be present. Sit beside them. Hold their hand. Read a favorite poem. It's often in the silence that the most profound love and connection are shared. They can feel your presence even if their eyes are closed. Sign 4. Frequent hospital visits or infections that don't fully resolve. The fourth sign is often clinical, but it's easy for a family caregiver to observe. A pattern of recurrent infections or frequent short hospital stays that no longer seem to offer a full return to the previous baseline of health. Let's consider George. George had chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, a common ailment in old age. For years, he'd have a flare-up, a period of increased breathlessness or an infection. He'd go to the hospital, get antibiotics or a breathing treatment, and be back home, functioning at about 90% of his normal self. But in the last year, this pattern changed. Each illness or infection, be it a chest infection, a urinary tract infection, or even a simple cold, takes a massive toll. He might go to the hospital, but he only returns home at 70% of his previous function, or maybe even 50%. The recovery period is much longer, and the illness seems to happen more frequently. The body's immune system is simply too weary to fight off the invaders completely. When you notice that a previously manageable illness now causes a rapid, irreversible decline in overall function, this is a strong indication that the body's resilience is nearing its end. This is the point where conversations about goals of care become essential. This means shifting the focus from cure to comfort. Ask the medical team, if this infection returns, what will provide the greatest comfort and dignity rather than the most aggressive treatment? Often, the answer shifts towards comfort care at home, supported by hospice, rather than another exhausting trip to the emergency room. Sign 5. The patient expresses a sense of readiness or starts giving things away. The fifth and perhaps most beautiful sign is often expressed not by the body, but by the person's spirit and voice. This is when the elderly person begins to verbalize a feeling of readiness, or they begin the subtle symbolic act of tying up loose ends and giving away possessions. Imagine Eleanor. She lived a full life. One afternoon, while looking through photo albums with her daughter, she said very calmly, "I think I'm ready now. I've had a wonderful life and I'm just so tired." It wasn't a request for help. It was a statement of peace. Then there's the process of letting go of their physical belongings. Eleanor started giving her favorite pearl necklace to one granddaughter, her collection of vintage scarves to another, and her beloved set of gardening tools to her son. These aren't just gifts. They are legacy pieces. They are tangible objects that connect their past life to your future life. They are preparing their nest for their departure by ensuring their treasures continue to be loved. When you hear a statement of readiness, or see this gentle distribution of their life's collections, the most important thing you can do is to honor their peace. Do not argue, do not dismiss it with a forced, "Nonsense, you'll be fine." Instead, listen. Ask them gentle questions. What was your favorite memory of wearing these pearls? Or, what do you want me to remember about your time in the garden? This final, profound sign is an open-hearted invitation to have those last, sacred, truly meaningful conversations. The ones about love, gratitude, forgiveness, and the legacy they leave behind. We've walked through 5 gentle yet profound signs today: the diminished appetite, the profound frailty and difficulty with daily tasks, the emotional withdrawal and increased sleep, the lack of resilience against illness, and the verbal or symbolic readiness to let go. Remember, these signs are not alarm bells. They are a soft whisper from a loved one's body and spirit guiding you to shift your focus. They are asking you to put aside the frantic desire to fix what cannot be fixed and instead embrace the extraordinary power of simply being present and offering comfort. The final year of a life is a sacred space. It is a time for legacy, love, and light. Use this knowledge to ensure that every remaining moment is steeped in the dignity, connection, and peace they deserve. I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me, what one piece of advice today resonated most deeply with you? Or what is the most important way you plan to cherish the time you have left with a loved one? If this script brought you clarity, comfort, or inspired you to act with greater love, please take a moment to like this video. Subscribe to our channel for more gentle, expert guidance on navigating life's later stages, and please, share this video with anyone you know who might be holding a hand and asking that quiet, loving question, how much time do we have left? Thank you for allowing me to share this sacred topic with you. Go forth and love deeply.